By realizing your ubudiyya to Allah, you get the hurriya. That's real freedom. Because in completing your ubudiyya to Allah, you're no longer a slave to yourself. And that's the only free person. Right? Anybody who's a slave to... If you can't control yourself, you're a slave to yourself. Somebody can say, I'm free. But then when the food shows up, they can't stop themselves. That's not freedom as far as the Muslims are concerned. Somebody say, I'm free. But when an opportunity to have illicit relations emerges, they can't control themselves. Right? Even if they're the President of the United States. Right? Seriously. He's a Rhodes Scholar, went to Cambridge. You know, highest levels of education. And yet he's a slave to the lowest aspects of himself. He can't control himself. Right? And that, for us, that is not a free person. That is Abdul Hawa. He's slave of his passions. So Abdullah is the one that when that situation arises, he has taqwa of Allah. And even though the temptation might be there, the desire, because human beings are human, the shahwa might be there, something like that, he can control it because he's not a abd of it. He's a sayyid of it. So if it's the wife or the husband, then the shahwa is mubaha, it's permissible. But when it's illicit, halal. And that's the hur. That's somebody who's free. Same with any other shahwa. You look at all of them. They're all the same. And those are the more common ones. Imam al-Ghazali says the stomach and the genitals are the two dominant ones. If you can control those, the other ones are easy. But the tongue is the same. There's people who can't stop backbiting. You tell them. You can tell them. And I've seen this amaze me. I've seen this literally. I've pointed out to somebody something, and then less than 3 or 4 minutes later, they just start saying the same thing without even being aware. I've seen, and I'm sure I do things like that as well. I mean, I'm not pointing out, but I've seen that many times. So there's that exists in us, this inability to control our tongues, to speak badly about others, to say things that we really shouldn't be saying, and people can't control it. They can't control it. So learning to control the tongue is a major thing. All these type of things. So you'll gain izzah and wealth from Allah. Now,